Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io.
Fumble a bag, now I will not fumble a bag.
Nah, you ready for me? Yeah. 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 I see the vibes. I see the vibes are. Roll a sleep and I get high. I see the vibes are. 4 in the morning, you were just honey. I'm in Geneva, why you calling? You wanna spend the night with the right one. And I beat it up, Michael Jackson, eh. I see the vibes, I see the vibes are. Roll a sleep and I get high. I see the vibes are. 5 in the morning, at the bodega. We ain't designer, she ain't Bottegas. Body of foreign, it's fly to Lagos. Shorty, I met down in Vegas. Need a tough on paper, I just slide like Michael Jack. Son, I tell you, she a vibin', that's a fact. Girl like Tiba, jewels like Bia, she's all that. LV duffel, jersey hoodie, name on back. Lotto, taxes up like Russie enjoyment. It's like not be struggle since beginning. I do it for my picking, and I got my picking. All the later, don't be bitter, be better, yeah. I see the vibes, I see the vibes are. Roll a sleep and I get high. I see the vibes are. I see the vibes, I see the vibes are. Rolling on the spot. Please. Nah, for real. Stop playing. You ready for me?
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
What's going on, y'all? It's your girl, Kayla, and I'm back. Make sure I give the video a thumbs up right now. I'm super happy to be back on the tube with y'all. Just getting a little crazy, having some fun. Make sure that y'all go ahead and thumbs up the video right now. Have some great people going to be coming in and out tonight for my first day back live on Today with Kay. It's your girl Kayla every Wednesday, 8:45-ish, right? Every Wednesday right here on my channel. So I'm really excited for who we have for today on the show. So with no further ado, we're going to start. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you're gonna miss out. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and my show, like I said, every Wednesday right here on Kayla.com Today with K, 8:30 Eastern. Big shout out to the Monet Group, our sponsor. Refresh, create, innovate. Hit them up for all your design, party planning needs. And I just thank everyone who has stayed loyal and continue to support me all throughout my time, on the tube, on reality TV, and the whole nine. Now, today with Kay, we have an interesting show for y'all. We are going to be discussing tonight's conversation live Miami show. So, y'all, I went to the show. Big shout out to Cruise Season. I pulled up on my boy Trill, got to see him be live with them, on tour with them. He's doing big things. So, big shout out to him. That was dope to see him there. So, we're going to get into some of the topics they talked about at the live show this past weekend and, give our opinion as well as critique some of the opinions of the Tonight's Conversation cast. If you don't know about Tonight's Conversation, I don't know what you're doing. You should know Tonight's Conversation and Tonight's Conversation cards is pretty big and viral across YouTube, across, Instagram. Shout out to Ace Metaphor, Keita Rose, Randy, Trip, whoever else I'm missing a part of tonight's conversation. It was really nice meeting all of y'all at the live show, and I'm super excited. So let's go ahead and bring up some people that we're going to be discussing with tonight. And again, people are late. Black people are late. So they'll be coming in and out. But I have two people that I really, really respect, and I'm excited to discuss with them. So first and foremost, the lady, the queen of the palace. Okay, get it right. My girl, Miss Queen Shiba.
All right, get it right. Get it right.
Right. Queen Shiba's in the building. Make sure that y'all, I already know y'all locked in with her. So lock in with Queen Shiba. We also have in the building tonight so far is the president himself, Mr. President, Mr. J. Prince.
What's
What up,
going on? What's
Prince?
going
How you
on?
doing?
I'm
Welcome,
doing
welcome,
good. How about
welcome.
you?
How
Thanks
you
for
doing?
having me.
How you doing? Y'all welcome my fabulous guests. Yes, yes, yes. So I'm looking forward to this conversation today. But let's start housekeeping. How are you all doing? I've been missing from YouTube. So how are y'all been? How has the YouTube streets, how have they been going? How's it going?
It's
You
been
know,
tragic.
I stay on my side of YouTube, and I have no complaints. My people are good to me.
Nice. JP?
You know how my people is. They bumpy with me because I'm a bumpy type of guy. But overall, they really support me. They rock with me. They love me. In my camp, the Black House, we do our thing.
Okay. Well, big shout out to both of y'all groups of supporters. I'm glad that they are treating you all well and YouTube is, still a decent space. You feel me? That's good to know for sure. So, what we're going to do now okay. So what we're going to do now is we are going to go ahead and look at, y'all know I like to keep my shows short and sweet. We will be taking callers the last 30 minutes of the show. So in about 40 minutes, we will take callers in. But yeah, make sure y'all show love. What up, B Taylor in the chat? Ellis, Linda, how y'all doing? Sugar Bomb. I see all okay. What up? Hustle Holiday. A lot of different people. Thank y'all for being here. Okay. So what we're gonna do now is hey Janetta girl. So what we're gonna do now is we're going to take a look at some of the footage from tonight's conversation live show in Miami this past weekend. We'll see what they have to say about the topics, and then we'll discuss the topics. Two specific topics that I kind of want to jump into. So bear with me. We're gonna go ahead and look at this. The sound, we're working on that, but there's subtitles. So let's go ahead and get into it. All righty. And mute up. Here we go.
There's dick suck worthy things a man can do in a relationship, and if so, what are those things?
Absolutely, I do. One of those things is go ahead and get my oil changed. And like Randy said earlier, do what the fuck you said you was gonna do. Absolutely. Because you don't want to lose the war. Let that nigga go. I promise you a better one coming.
Let them go.
Yes, I can. I promise you, because as long as they doing the work, let me tell you why. As long as you're doing the work on yourself, as long as you're doing the individual work on
Okay, so let's stop there, you guys. Let's just address the first question at hand, right? Which was, and I'm going to, explain it in a less vulgar way, right? But what he asked was, are there fellatio? Are there things that your man could do to receive fellatio? So what we're going to transition that to is, in a relationship or a marriage, are there things that your partner can do to earn sexual favors? Keita said, absolutely. You can start with getting my oil changed. I agree with that. And any other things you said you were going to do. But what do you guys think? Do you think that once you're in a commitment that there are still things that your partner can do to earn sexual favors?
Who you want to go first?
Whoever.
I would say no, because I'm already entitled to that. But I do understand playing the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, far as like, even though I know I could get whatever I want to from that woman, but playing the game of, okay, let me try to earn it. You know what I'm saying? I guess it make it more spicier. I guess, but however, typically, men is already entitled to sexual favors, but I can see where men would say, okay, to keep the set spicier, I guess they will try to do certain stuff to try to earn it, because it is beauty. It's some type of beauty when you try to earn it, when you try to relive the beginning stages of getting with this woman. It was fun when trying to do everything it takes to get it, and all the other type of stuff. And I gotta be fair. After you get it, and then she just give it to you, willingly, the fire kind of go out. You know what I'm saying? When you know you can just wake up and just do whatever, hey, come do this, fucking do this, the fire will go out real quick. So if a woman keep you like somewhat like working for it and kind of be preserved with it, I guess it's kind of fun. Even if y'all living together, I guess it's kind of fun. As long as she's not doing it with using her vagina to punish you. I think that will be the issue. If you using it to punish me, then that will be the issue. But if we playing like a little game, like, she be like, yeah, we've been together 10 years, but you haven't been doing nothing. You haven't been putting no smile on my face. You haven't done this one. So you got to do this. So I'm like, okay, I'll play your little game.
Oh Lord.
So it could be spicier. It depends. It depends on how you viewing this situation. You viewing it from a pessimistic lens, then you're gonna see everything wrong with it. But if you viewing it positive and just trying to have fun, keeping it spicy and stuff like that, I think it could be good.
Okay. I think that's interesting. I'm gonna save my thoughts. Go ahead, Queen.
I think it's levels to this shit. I think when you are single and you have a boy state of mind, the goal is to get your dick sucked. But when you become a man and you get a wife, the goal is to be honored, to be respected, and all of that comes with good sex, right? So if we're just talking from a husband perspective, are there any fellatio worthy things that he could do for his wife? Yeah, the purchase of a new home, paying off of student loans, being in a delivery room as she delivers your child through a complicated labor process. Hold on, Jay Prince. I see you. Hold on. What? The purchase of a new car? Just because, get ready. I got your black dress on the bed. Be ready at 7. I already called your boss. Your bags are packed. Don't worry about where we're going. I got you. Be ready. Those are all worthy. Those are all worthy.
I would have to agree. Like, I get where you mean, JP. Like, once that's your wife or once that's your woman, there are certain things that are expected. Or you feel like they're like, I still don't get that though, because just because I'm your girl, like just because I'm your woman, doesn't mean that you're just gonna get fellatio like every day, or it doesn't mean that you're gonna that I'm not gonna say no sometimes, like because I'm tired or I have things going on or whatever the case may be. I think even when you're with someone, you can still earn favors. You can still earn favors by going above and beyond or doing things outside of the routine, or just, doing extra things to make that person happy. We'll definitely get you favors. Okay.
Well, if that's the case, just because I'm your husband, that don't mean you just entitled to my money all the time you get ready. Every time you get ready to act.
Your money. If I'm your husband, if you're my husband, then if you're my husband. But if you're my husband, there's no like your money. Like, it's all of our money.
Yeah,
well, your mouth is our mouth. So if I want some fellatio, I should be able to get it. It goes both ways. If you entitled to my
money, there's
money,
levels to the mouth. We know that. So I'm saying, if you want the extracurricular, then you have to do extracurriculars.
And you wouldn't want to treat your wife like you treat some chick off the street. That's why I said there's levels to this. There's a level of elevation, a level of finessing, a level of tenderness. And when I say tenderness, I'm not saying that you don't get what you want. You just approach it a little bit different as a man.
Yeah.
I see that, but where it sounds unbalanced is that Kayla said that she's entitled to my money as her husband.
What? You don't have any money.
Huh?
We only have our money. There's no your money.
Right, but if I'm going out there working and I'm the one putting in them hours and the check is wrote out to me, it don't say this check payable to Jay Prince and Kayla. It say payable to Jay Prince because he didn't want to came to work. And
so you would be married with a single state of mind. Is that what you're saying, Jay Prince?
No, what I'm saying is I'm trying to bring a balance. Okay, like for an example, like when I was in my relationship, we wasn't married, we was engaged for like 5 years. But just as well as that, I had to earn some booty here and there. She had to earn her allowance. I asked, like, before she started asking me money, how you been keeping the house? Have you been cooking every day, keeping food in my belly? How many times we have good time, you know what I'm saying, being a good girl. You know what I'm saying? So it goes both ways. You got to do your part to keep me happy.
You know, I think that's very interesting. I think we're gonna let's get a second opinion. You know, let's see what someone else may think about this topic here. So, without further ado, let's welcome King Randy himself, Mr. Randall Scott.
How y'all doing?
Hello. Randall
What's up?
in the building. So thank you, Randall, for being here. Randall's in the building. How are you?
I'm good. How you been?
I've been amazing. It's good to see you.
Same. Long time no speak.
I know. Wow. Now you know that's a lie. You know that's a lie. We whatever. But thanks for being here on the show. Maybe you can break the tie, I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
So as far as the clip, I'm not sure if you saw it, but in the clip, the question was, let's just go with the question I have here. Can your partner earn sexual favors in a marriage or in a relationship? Like, are there things that you can do to earn, extra favors, with your woman or with your wife?
I mean, I don't know how to answer that, to be honest with you. Like you have to do things to earn sexual favors. That sounds like a game. I feel like it's a partnership already. So we already doing things for each other. So I don't really know how to answer the part where it's like I have to earn something a little extra. Like I thought we were in love.
What's love?
Oh damn! So there's no love in marriage. So why are we even
No,
married?
I'm asking you. Everybody has a different viewpoint of love. So what's love to you?
I mean, y'all talking about marriage though, right? This isn't like
no, because you said we in love. So what's love?
I said we in love because we're married. Like this isn't your typical like you my girlfriend type thing. Like this is where we're like, okay, nobody else in the world matters. Like the only two people that matters is me and you against everybody, me and you against the world, right? So what's mine is what's yours is what's mine. So we're here to please each other, correct?
Wait, are you married, Randall?
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay. You
Absolutely
said
not.
hypothetically. So you got to
Yeah,
talk.
like this is the situation. I mean, at least from where I'm hearing, like I do have friends that are married. And like what I hear from with them, like it's like a give and take type of situation. But like even in a relationship, if I was just in a relationship, I'm not trying to like earn like sexual favors. I'm just trying to, keep my partner happy. So like that's kind of how I'm looking at it. Like I'm not earning anything extra. I'm just trying to keep you happy.
So you think
I feel like he's skating all around the block on this one.
I feel like he's evading. He's evading because if you think that our Tuesday night session is going to be the same as when you buy me a car or when you buy us a house or when you buy me a new watch or when you take me on a vacation, it's not. Let's stop acting like it's going to be more elaborate performance.
I feel you, but like there's a lot of different things that can elevate or escalate performance period, but like not material things. Like come on now, like I'll buy you a car, like that's how I earn sexual extra favors or stuff like that. Like that don't nah, that ain't it.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like
that sounds like I hate to say
this ain't like no, like first of all, hell no, Kayla. Like what the hell you want? Fuck no.
That's what she asked you. That's what she asked you.
Nah, like absolutely not. Yeah, absolutely not.
What do you mean?
Wait,
what I mean? I don't even think you operate like that. Like that's not even your thing for real. That's not even your thing for real. I don't see that.
What's her thing?
Hold
on, wait a minute. What's her thing?
It ain't that. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
okay, no. You're right. Like, I don't focus only on the material things. But if you work really hard to do something for me, I do feel like I need to reward you and going above and beyond our regular stuff that we do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's stop trying to act like, oh, in a relationship, your woman or your wife is giving you fellatio every day. That's not happening. It's not happening.
Oh yeah, absolutely not.
It's not
But I
happening.
didn't say that.
So if she
I didn't say that.
decides to do it this week,
Okay, so what
I'm just
kind of show
saying,
is this?
it may be
This
for a
Kayla show,
reason.
so I
It
can
may
say
not.
anything on your show, right? I can say anything on your show. Like that's sex. That's sex. Let's be real. Like, that's sex. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. That's fucking sex. Like, let's keep it 100. That's fucking sex.
Yeah, but it's not,
Like,
again, performance is not the same all the time. It's
it
not
may
the same
not
all
be,
the time.
but it may not be, but it's not
Wait a
about
minute,
like
'cause I
going.
feel like we're having this conversation and we're saying stuff, but we're not saying anything for the audience. So, what are your expectations with sex, Randall, as a single guy? You can't speak from a married perspective because you're not married, but just who you are
100%.
today. You saying fellatio is just sex? That's normal to you. That's what she's supposed to do, wife or no wife.
Yes, that's part. That's. I mean, it don't have to happen every time, but that's part of sex. Like pleasing whoever you're with. Like that is part of sex. You get what I'm saying? And like that, I definitely feel that way. Like that is part of sex. You don't have to do it. I know I don't ask for it. I'm not gonna go out of my way and ask for it, but for sure, I'm feeling you a lot more if we go in that route. Like the nastier, the better. Like that's part of sex. Like that is part of sex.
So the nastier, the better. Have you stayed with a nasty girl?
Have I?
Or-
Yeah,
or
for sure.
you
But
had
I'm not gonna stay. I'm not gonna stay with you because of sex. First of all, I'm gonna keep that 100 with you right now. You can have the the greatest in the world,
Or,
and like
you
I'm
know,
not
it has to be more than that. But
right.
what I'm
I know,
saying
but
is that,
but she just asked me though.
Mhm.
I'm answering her question. Like in that aspect, no, that shit don't fucking matter. You have to bring a lot more to the table because like you could be the greatest and don't have nothing else. No mental.
That's
I don't like
double
your
talk.
personality. It's the truth though. It's the truth.
Right,
So
but
I can't.
I want the ladies to hear this. I want in one sentence he's saying, "You gotta kiss," and in the other, "I'm not gonna keep you if you do that anyway," because there's more to it. So that's kind of like
Yeah, sex ain't gonna.
so is there a
Sex
reason to
ain't.
do it? Is there a reason to do? There's really, he's basically saying there's no reason to go above and beyond because that's not going to make a difference. Okay.
That okay. This is what I'm saying, Kayla. Do you like to be eaten out?
Absolutely.
Listen,
Answer the question.
this is quite specific. I enjoy all parts of, yeah, but ultimately, I don't think that that's the thing that keeps a relationship together. I think the more mentally, emotionally, spiritually you are connected, the better the sex is.
So I was just saying that. I was just saying that. That's exactly what I was saying. You just said exactly what I was saying.
From the perspective of someone that's young, single, just doing their thing. I'm speaking to the perspective of married women or people who are in long-term committed relationships with people. They have children, they have lives, they have elderly parents, they have things going on. They're not just sitting around chilling, waiting to have sex with you. Okay.
Nobody's sitting around to have sex.
That they're doing. So every
100%.
single time that y'all have sex, it's not about to be the honeymoon type. It's not.
So what did I say? What did I say when I came in there?
Get up. The kid came in here. The door got open. Your mama called. Life starts.
But wait a minute, Kayla.
So
wait a minute.
You want some extra.
No. Let her go, bro. She's doing this. Just let her go. Let her go right now. Just let her go.
When you want some extra performance, I am saying there are things that you can do that will inspire a woman to do so.
Right, but when you went into what I came into was like buy her car. We both know like you don't move like that. You get what I'm saying? Like the littlest things.
You don't move like that. I said that. Hold on.
Can I say you don't move like Kayla don't move like that. Like Kayla, you don't move like that. It don't have to be something like that. Like you do love
it's not gonna be like some random guy gets me a car. No, but I'm saying if my man works hard over time.
Right, your man.
Hold on,
to get me a car, I'm going to show appreciation.
But are we talking about our man and our woman? So how come Kayla can't have high expectations?
I didn't say that she don't have high expectations. What I'm saying is, like, she doesn't really move like not to like single out
so
Kayla.
You saying Kayla just needs a piece and a pepper and she good? You buy her?
No. That's not what I'm saying. But okay, all right. How do I explain this? if you some random dude, she not going to like fuck with you. Let's keep it 100. She just not. Like that's not how she probably asked them for a lot more, to be honest with you. Like flat out, to be honest with you. Right? But like Kayla on an emotional level is totally different. Like she's a totally different person when she's connected to
I
you
am very
emotionally.
emotional. I'm very emotional. So
Full
that's the thing.
fledged.
I still
100%.
I still don't think that changes anything.
It does though. Like you do like nice things. No one's saying that you don't like nice things.
And everybody knows that. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I say something?
Go ahead, JP. Sorry.
May I say something right quick?
Go ahead.
Okay. First, it sounds like when you brought up the wedding, that's gonna be $50,000. You brought up buying your house, that's another $300,000. So it sounds like in order to get good sex from my wife, I got to spend 50 plus thousands of dollars. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like in order for a woman to be giving me her all in the bedroom, I gotta damn near go bankrupt. Not bankrupt because I know y'all mess with the high class niggas, but I got an extremely large amount of money. So how is that? Even though we're in a relationship, how is that woman really viewing? Where is her mind at in the relationship? Because it sounds like in order for you to give me your all, I got to come out of such extreme amount of money. But on a flip end, you should just feel entitled. You don't have to. You don't have to just please me to the extreme on a record. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like you marrying.
But it's not even that. It's just about support, providing, and making your woman feel special. It doesn't always have to be a car. It could be random lunch, random flowers. It could be something that she had been talking about wanting to go to for a while, and you surprised her and got tickets. It's not always about the monetary value of it, but it's about something that's going to make her happy. That's out of the ordinary.
Yeah. So what
That's what I was trying to say, though.
Hold on, Jay Prince. So
that's exactly what I was saying.
What would you do to make your woman, or what have you done to make your woman feel special, Jay Prince?
What have I done to make my woman feel special? Me simply by the way I treat her. How the way I treat her, how the way I talk to her, how the way I'm there emotionally for her, how the way, it's a difference between how I treat her and other people. I'm like, if she's my woman, my wife, or whatever, like I was engaged, she knew the difference between how I treat her and everybody else. How I comfort her, how I listen to her. What was the difference? The difference was like the treatment. Like her friends used to get jealous on how I'm treating her and they weren't getting that type of treatment. I don't think treating your wife correctly should always comes with a dollar bill. That means you only view this.
We never said dollar bills.
Any man, if that's the case, Kayla, any man could give you a $50,000 house or car. Any man can do that. So that man that got $50,000
house.
No. He meant quick. That man gave you $50,000 for a car. You only see him. You only get that. Sound like saying the booty only get wet based on how much money he's spending on you, and that means he's not that special to you because any man can do that.
No, but the treatment, a lot of people are broke.
Based on how the man treating you, based on how the man treating any man can make you feel special inside.
That's true. Not any
and
man.
They don't come right.
Your audio is breaking up, JP. I don't know. Is it me?
I'm coming off my phone.
Oh.
I'm coming off my phone.
It's like y'all hear it, or maybe it's me.
No, I can hear it too.
Yeah.
It's like
breaking up.
It's like you in the Matrix on Clubhouse, Well, go ahead, Queen, while he fixes that.
Oh, I was just waiting. I was just waiting for the guys to give specific examples. I'm still waiting.
I don't know if we're going to get any. But I think that there are both on the male and female sides. I think there are things that you can do to make your partner feel special, to earn favors
I
outside of the ordinary. That's what
I
that's
agree.
I think that that's true. I just think it's true.
I can agree with that. I came in hot where it was just like cars and stuff. Like my whole point was like, because I feel like a lot of people like do the most and don't even pay attention to what their partner even likes, and they're going out of their way doing stuff like if I took you to, I don't know, a concert and to see an artist that you don't even like, is that going to make you happy? Like even though I went out of my way for that, like it does. I'm not paying attention to what you like or what you're really into. So I was just like arguing the whole car thing. But I was saying that you're not really like that. I meant that the little things matter to you. You get what I'm saying? Like the little
The
things.
little thing, all the things matter.
100%.
I like the
That's
little
what I'm
things.
saying though.
I like the big things. I like it
100%.
all.
But
I like
but
the
it has to be something
inexpensive things.
tailored. It has to be something tailored to you though. You get what I'm saying? Like I can't like come in. Let's say I'm dating Queen Shiba. I leave her and I start talking to you. I can't treat you things the way that she likes. Like I can't do that and expect you to be all extra and all over me and go to your friends and talk about me and things like that. I got to do stuff that's specific to you. I got to be an active listener. I got to pay attention to the things that make you smile. That's all I was getting at. I just came in hot. It was like a car. Let me get this car. I'm like, whoa. It don't gotta be the car. Like, Kayla, you're not even because y'all not like. I know she's not the type. There's a lot of dudes out here who have no personality and got a ton of money. And people get in relationships with them, but they don't last.
That's not going to make that's not
That's
not
my
a thing
point.
that's going to make me be with you.
Like,
I was
that's my
just saying
point.
a house and a
Y'all
car.
aren't talking about, we're not talking about being with someone. We're talking about what's something phenomenal that a man could do for a woman that could get him some head.
It depends on the person, I guess.
But that
Like,
is the reason why I said a house and a car,
that's what
because
I was-
those are very generic things that
Over the
most
top.
people can relate to, that most people want. That is why I use that as an example. Everything else is going to be tailored to you specifically, your love language, the things that make you feel special. But we all know it don't matter if it's a man, a woman, a child, or an old person. A car and a house will make any of these people happy. Any of these people.
Yeah, 100%. But I feel like
So
a
that's why I
studio
used it.
where you can shoot your show out of would be a lot better than that. Like something that you like actually like and love and enjoy will make you go over the top.
I know that, Randall. But
she
again,
has to have a house to take one of the rooms to turn into a studio.
First of all, we married. We gonna have a house. You get what I'm saying? Like we get in the house. We gonna have a house.
But just because people are married doesn't mean they have houses. There's married people all over America that don't have houses.
100%. But I said that we're gonna move. But we're gonna move that direction is what I'm saying. Like I specifically said we gonna have a house. If we don't have it now, we're gonna get this built. We're gonna move in that direction. This is a business.
Think that men should provide a home for their wives. I do think that, be the initiator and making that happen.
I don't think there's an argument there though. Like I feel that
it's not. I think I'm just saying.
But there's no argument there. Like
Cola said we're making this difficult. Cola says y'all are making this difficult. I agree.
I feel like she shut me up to say the exact same thing I was saying in the first place.
I was just
that's
saying,
normal.
I think I clarified by saying the reason that I use house and car is because it is a generic thing that all human beings, most human beings want, right? And we were talking about what can your partner at all do things to earn favor. So I think we all here have come to the consensus that the answer is yes.
And Uppity says that if you can't get her a house, then you're not ready to love.
Ooh, is that right?
I cannot. Yo, that's super funny. Well, that was interesting. JP, it was while JP is getting reconnected, because I see he's getting reconnected. I'm going to show the next part of the clip. Again, if you're just coming into the space, welcome. We are discussing tonight's conversation cards, Ace Metaphors show live tour that he's on, and the show that they just had in Miami where I lived this past weekend. So I think that let's get into the next part and we will kind of see how that goes. Let me share, and hopefully you guys can hear it. I'm gonna put the subtitles are on in case we cannot, but let's fast forward. Big shout out to my boy Trill AC, who I saw at the show. If you haven't seen the live, if you haven't seen my vlog where I have all this footage, it's on my channel right now. You can see more of Trill there, more of the different panelists and everything, and just how the whole live show went. If you're looking to buy tickets, definitely buy tickets in the city near you. But here we go.
We're gonna be honest. Now, is it unfair? Sure. But in terms of the ideology and the thought process, yes.
Let me ask you this. True or false? Niggas be surprised as fuck when you actually leave them for cheap.
Of course. I think most men legitimately, we gonna keep it real, most men expect at least 5 chances to be taken back before y'all move.
Fine. Is the fact that women will stay in a relationship and cheat the reason why you feel like we can take it? Absolutely. And because society has trained them to take it, we're supposed to take it. A lot of us come from families where our elders, our moms, our godmothers, our aunties, tell us to expect the man to cheat because all men cheat. But as long as he's taking care of home, what? We good. No, we ain't, auntie. That nigga gotta go and don't owe that through toothbrush.
All righty. Okay. So that was an interesting clip. That moves us to our next question, which is, and we're going to get into what Trill said on that second part. But the first part, in terms of why do men expect women to take them back when they cheat? Where does it come from that men expect that the expectation is for you to stay and work it out? Where does that come from? And we can go with the men first, you know. You're muted, JP. No. Can y'all hear him, or maybe it's me?
No, I can't hear him.
We can't hear you. We can
Hit
see you.
settings. Wait a minute. Hit your settings and click audio and make sure your audio is coming through the device that you want it to come through.
If you're on your phone, make sure the audio is coming through your phone. Mm-hmm. But Randall, while he gets that together, you have the floor. Why do men expect women to take them back when they cheat?
Is it just men that's cheating? I'm just asking.
Stay topical.
How do I say this? I feel like how she said, her grandmother said, as long as she's taking care of home, that's all that matters. I feel like that's where that comes from. I feel like men are so used to seeing that their grandparents or their mothers or something take people back that they think that's just the way it's supposed to be for them too. And society has changed so drastically. Like, it's not the same anymore. Like, if you cheating, I think everybody's going to move on. So, but that's where I think it comes from.
I won't disagree with that. I definitely... I also think it comes from men knowing that women care about time vested. And I used to be one of those women that cared about time vested. You know what I'm saying? That, we've invested all those time. I don't want to throw this away and blah, 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 blah. So I think sometimes men, like, in a predatory fashion, use that to be like, we've been through all of this. Like, this has happened to me. It wasn't cheating, but it was like bad treatment. We've been through this and this and this. We've been through this for years. Like, we should be able to work this out. If you really love me, you will stay and work it out. Right. We've been doing this all this time. Right. So I think men also use that, to try to convince women to stay and take them back.
I feel like a lot of this is like societal issues, and everybody is so focused on trying to live like back in the day, right? Like, back in the day, you didn't have the technology that we have now. Since we have all this technology, we have a lot more options. So even in the man standpoint, like back in the day, it's like, well, my problems, you don't know his problem. We might as well fix this and work it out. Whereas now it's like, there's a million other men that I can talk to. Like, you can live in Miami and get in a relationship with somebody in LA like that. So like times have just changed like so much. So no one's like staying in a relationship after you betrayed them. It's just not going to happen anymore. Dang, ain't nobody got nothing to say. That's crazy.
I'm thinking.
I'll go. I was waiting for Kayla to call my name. I'm trying to be nice.
No, go ahead, Queen. You know,
I agree with a little bit of both of what you said. First of all, I don't think a woman should stay. I don't think a man should be. This is to women first. Don't allow nobody to rehearse on your heart like that. It's going to mess you up for the right one. It's going to mess you up. Don't let nobody tap dance all over your heart. I don't give a damn who they are. Family, friend, man, cousin, coworker, employer. You got to know when to leave, both men and women. That's the first thing. The second thing is, I think men as little boys are not taught to think outside of themselves, right? When we think about lessons, to hold the door for somebody, when you get your birthday money or when you get money, don't just think about yourself. Think about buying somebody else a gift. Think about getting somebody else a card. Well, we start teaching young boys like we do little girls how to be thoughtful and mindful. This is just my opinion, Randall. And when they grow up, if you do not skill them and school them and educate them on how to pour into a family, they think, or they grow up with the misconception, as long as I take care of home and pay the bills, she should be willing to put up with everything. But taking care of home is also taking care of her heart. Because what good is a woman to you that's sitting at home crying, stressed out, not feeling love? A part of that love is psychological safety. And if she doesn't feel psychologically safe with you, you're not taking care of anything but your sexual needs. That's the first thing. I'm not saying cheating doesn't happen, but I damn sure would not advise any woman or any man to stay and give anybody 5 times around the block.
I wasn't disagreeing. I kind of like wanted to go a step further what you said, and like because you went all the way back to like the upraising of men, right? And I think that is where the issue begins. But I also think it has to do with the difference of how we're raised too. Like, okay, for example, I've been an athlete all my life, right? And like as I've been growing up and playing ball, like what was told to me is you don't need a girl. Like flat out, you don't need a girl. Like you don't need a girl. You don't need this. You can do that later. They gonna always be there. Like I always heard phrases like that. I didn't necessarily understand them at the time, but on the flip side, young women are raised to like be nurturers, to be ready to get married and be one with somebody, right? So I feel like there's a huge disconnect with the raising of both of us. You get what I'm saying? They raise y'all one way and then raise us the opposite. And then we become adults and then we can't figure it out. You get what I'm saying? So I do agree with you that it stems from the younger point of life, but I think it's like an overall thing.
Now, what was the question again, Kayla? Fill me up. You muted.
You're muted, Kayla.
It's scrolling across the screen right now. What up, Arthur? What up, all new people coming into the room? How y'all doing?
I have one thing before Jay Prince goes.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think also when I hear the guys at the Miami panel say 5 times, it brought me back to y'all got to listen to TD Jakes with Disruptive Thinking that he did with Charlemagne the God. And he talked about family. When you think about father is the nucleus of the family. He talks about how important a man is to the structure of a family. And that's where a boy first learns his lessons. But because we don't have a lot of 2-parent households, these men are growing up without knowing what to do. So when we think about the 5 times, at least 5 times, she should stay. See, a boy should have taken his first loss within his family. And that's how he knows how to take a loss, right? And not expect somebody to, and not expect to receive a prize when you lose. And so to me, when a man thinks that, oh, she should stay, oh, you ain't never took a loss. You need to feel that L. You need to see her walk out that door. You need to be on that floor crying your ass off. You're going to feel that forever and a day. And until he learns and takes that L, he's going to keep cheating. So he's never taken a loss by way of his cheating. And that's why he expects you to stay 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times, in my opinion.
I truly believe for men, the reason why they say 5 times, because realistically and naturally, men is not monogamous. Let's put it all on the table. Most men that have to force themselves to be monogamous will eventually resent the woman. That's why a lot of you hear stories where men deleting their wives, they so bitter with they. We got men that's married men that comes on these platforms, and look how long they stay on these platforms, 12 to 18 hours, and plus they work. So they work a job 8 to 12 hours, then they be on these platforms for another, majority of the day, multiple times a week. So that means if they is practicing monogamy, they might not be cheating, but they are miserable. So I think monogamy is forced. I think monogamy is forced on men and women, because let's be clear, women, we talking about cheating, women cheat also probably even way more than men, because men would hold off because of logic. Men will hold back because of his logic, right? Women cheat out of their emotions. So when that woman's not around me, any man can make a woman attached, operating her emotions, and then before you know it, she's giving it up to another guy. So I don't think men cheat as fast as women or just as much as women, but I do believe that this monogamy stuff is not real. I think it's man-made, it's made up, it's not natural. Another woman, Randall, if you with, let's say, Kayla or Queen Shiba, let's say you married to them, you cannot honestly tell me that another woman is not going to sexually get you aroused, and vice versa. Kayla, if you married to Randall, it's not going to be another man that can really get you sexually aroused. But this spirituality, this religion, what we got in place called religion, tell us fight your temptations. Why is it we got to fight our nature? It's not right.
Because that's what you agreed to with that person. You didn't have to do that, but you decided to agree with that person.
That's what we was raised to do. We was raised in order to be a man. We got to marry.
You could do. It's 2023. You could do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
And look, nobody's getting married because they don't want to sign up for that. Men and women, they not getting married because they don't want to sign up for that. Only be with one person. And when you think about outside of relationships, right? Everything in your life, everything. Imagine that you have to live with all of your favorites, your favorite car, your favorite food, your favorite outfit, your favorite music song, your favorite TV show. Imagine if you have to watch that over and over and read over and over again. Eventually, like, I can hear a song that I really like, but if I put that mug on repeat, by the third week, I'm gonna get tired of it. Now imagine if I had to spend the rest of my life with this. So it's natural for us. It's natural for us to get tired repeating and want to get irritated and want something new. That's just a human nature.
What's your favorite hot wings from Wingstop?
Honey barbecue.
Okay.
Imagine if I had to eat honey barbecue for the rest of my life.
How often do you venture out? How often do you venture out from honey barbecue?
Never.
Okay.
Never.
You can eat the same fucking hot wings all the time, but can't. I rest my case.
No. What I'm saying is, imagine the law tells me, Jay Prince, you will have to eat honey barbecue wings, your favorite wings. It's your favorite, but you got to eat that for the rest of your life. Eventually, I'm going to resent it.
You're going to resent the wings?
That's the same thing when we come to women. That's the same thing. Like, men is not, like, it's not in us. We only do it because this is how we was raised, and these are the rules.
And you think it's like in us as well?
I think it's in both. I
just personally don't think it's a gender thing. I think it's a person thing.
Yes, I think men and women.
There are certain people, men and women, that fall in love and want to commit to a certain person because they feel like that person has majority of the things. They're not willing to give up that 80% to go and get a 20, to get the person that has those 20% and only that 20% every now and again. It's not really worth it to some people. Whereas other people, not a gender thing, other people feel like in being their true selves that they need variety. and they need to be with multiple different people.
Let
So
me ask
I
you a
just
question,
think it's a
Kayla.
person thing. It's not a gender thing. I don't think women were made to be monogamous either. I think monogamy came
Right.
from women being shamed into monogamy.
I agree.
I don't think it's natural for them as either. I just
Right.
think it's a person thing with the type of lifestyle they want to live. It's a person thing. I don't think it's a man or a female thing. That's just my opinion.
I agree. Let's just say, because I know people. I've been in a 5-year relationship, and one thing about relationships, right? People grow, and sometimes you and your wife grow separately. What used to be attracted to you back then is no longer attracted to you no more. So as y'all grow together, you might be growing to a different direction than your husband. He's not growing. Y'all not gonna grow strictly. I have never watched a plant or a tree or grass grow together. Everything in life grows separately. So
But they
like
need each other to grow.
they need each other to grow, but eventually, like, how can I put this? Like, eventually y'all can grow apart.
I don't think the tree can grow apart from the grass. I
If
think
you're
it has
growing
to stay
apart,
in the
that's
grass.
because you're not communicating and cultivating. So that's why they say marriages work, right? When you talk about a plant, or I'm gonna just say a plant and get back to marriage, you're supposed to rotate it every time you water it so that it doesn't lean one way, right? And now
Right.
you're out of balance and out of sync. So when a couple starts to grow apart, you can assume that there has been a lack of communication for quite some time. And then eventually you get to a point where it's too much bread, too much water under the bridge, and they call it quits. But you don't call it quits because you grew apart. You call it quits, most people, because they failed to they stopped communicating with each other. They got lazy. They stopped caring.
You know what, Queen B? And sometimes with men, I'm a man myself. Once a man, because a lot of men get tired of hitting the same thing.
What?
They're getting tired. Let's be 100%
Just say
honest.
you. Just say
Are
I'm
you.
being
you
100%.
really in love, yo? Nah.
I don't care
Are
how
you
much
really in love,
beautiful
yo?
That's how he
fiance.
feels.
That shit is bomb. You tripping.
I had one of the beautiful fiance. Usually in the beginning, when a woman first give you it, y'all having sex like crazy, and eventually you done did everything. You done got all that. It got to the point where I used to have to make up excuses not to have sex with her, or when I do have sex with her, every time I have to, in order for me to get aroused, I had to think about another woman.
Hold on. Let me ask you. This is important now. Why? Is it because of her body? The way
No,
she looks?
it wasn't because of her body. It's because it's repetition. I want to try something new now. It ain't
Nah.
got boring.
Shout out to
It
D in
didn't
the
get
chat.
boring. It just got like
I want to hear
Shout out to
Randall's
D-
thoughts.
another
Randall,
woman
shout out
coming
to D in
around.
the chat.
I'm be curious about. I want to try her pussy now.
Okay, hold on a second. Let's just do some super chats real quick. First of all, let's start with D in the chat, who's on point, who said that a man don't get tired of a woman that he loves. Okay, let's start there. But big shout out. Thank you, Lucky. Shout out to Lucky showing support for the channel. She also said women aren't naturally monogamous either, which I just said it's not
agree.
a gender thing, it's a person thing. Also, my membership is now live. I actually have some new member content that I posted with Flo Rida and some of my homies. So all members will be able to view that. So make sure, if you haven't already, go ahead and join my membership right here on YouTube. So that's popping. And so without further ado, we have another beautiful, heavy hitter in the building. Give it up for my homegirl, Miss E. Taylor. Hello.
I'm sorry, my camera off, y'all. You know.
Artlist.
Okay. Yes, to the intro. Sorry, y'all. I got my camera on. You know, it's bedtime. It's bedtime over here.
Nah, you are all good. What happened? The screen back.
I'm just trying to figure out why I had music when I came in.
You did have music. Everybody had music. Everybody deserves music around here.
That was kind of smooth. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I said,
But while we still here, big shout out to T.O. in the building. Thanks for the super chat. Appreciate you for being in the chat. I see you in the chat. Big shout out to Felicia in the building with the super sticker, $9.99, showing love. Thank you so, so much. And Janetta's in the building. What's up, girl? How are you? She says, why does self-worth only seem to apply to women? Ooh.
Because women is held to a higher regard. Like women, far as like her, women was taught that her vagina was her treasure.
By who?
Because men validates women.
Okay, so men validate women's worth, so that means that women can validate y'all worth, right? Or do other men validate y'all worth too?
No. Men validates the woman. Women do not validate us because we
Who
tell y'all
validates you
what's
guys?
special.
Yeah, who validates
Who validates you guys? Other men?
Who validate us?
Yeah.
I guess I can concede, like, if other men give me that respect, like what y'all consider to be high value. Me personally, I don't agree with all that high valuable stuff. I agree with it, but it's not just based off money. You could be a high value person based on the personality and the character of a man. Because when you think of all of these rich men that died, right, and when you think of men that was broke, when like Fred Hampton, all them. They had, even though they was broke, but they had more value than if Michael Jordan died, because they did something that was meaningful. So it's based on the character of the man.
Okay, but so again, who validates men?
I would say men themselves.
So men validate other men. Men look to other men to validate them. Women look to men to validate them. So are y'all?
You know who validate men?
Who?
When the family got a smile on their face based on what how that man is providing for his family.
So basically, a woman.
When the family is smiling, they not crying, they not frowning, they not getting eviction notice. Everybody healthy. The food in their belly. That's what validates that man. That means that man is doing his part. That
so
man
basically
making sure the bills is paid, making sure the food and all this other. So what he do, how he provides, validates that man. Can't no other man validate me.
So the man
how I
that
provide
cares
for my
about
family validates me.
The man that cares about the woman he really wants validates him. So again, women validate men, right? Because you just said family, and all of that ties to a woman. So a woman
And
right?
children. Oh, well,
you
I
get
guess
the children from the woman. So at the end of the day, the validation comes from women. So women also
I
set
can
the
concede
standards
with it.
for men, because you guys move a certain way because y'all want the validation for women. Y'all want the money, the cars, the clothes, all of this stuff for the validation of women. So again, you guys get validated by women.
I can concede with that.
Okay.
I can concede.
All right.
I've often heard that a man was validated by his career and the amount of money he makes.
I think that's society. I think that's society standards. But society standards is saying be monogamy. So society could be flawed. We operating. Kayla just agreed that we don't think we naturally monogamous. So, but that society does. So the more monogamy you are, the better you supposedly have be. But realistically, for people like me and Kayla so far, that view like monogamy is not healthy. And like Marie, she said, monogamy is not natural. For a lot of us, we don't believe in that. So we can't just always go off with society standards, because society standards don't apply to everybody.
If monogamy was not put into place, a lot of you men would die virgins, because a lot of the men who get the women are the top dog men. They're the high earners. They're the strongest. They're the ones that can protect. They're the ones that can protect and provide for multiple women, which means that a lot of the men who are not in those positions will not get a woman at all. So monogamy actually protects a lot of these men to even get a wife.
No, wait. I can somewhat see where you're going with this, B. Taylor. But you know who probably will be virgins? Those rich men that we have today. Because it seems like, from experience, it seems like the broke men, but they got other character traits that women from all classes is fighting over. You got white women leaving their rich white man for a thug, a nigga like me. So it seems like the character of the man and the charisma that the man has and the personality is really what get the booty soaking. Not that man that went to Harvard University and got all of this money and stuff. Yeah, he get only reason why he get it because they look at him like a trick. And that's what I want to say earlier. Well, to Kayla's point earlier, in order for her to really get sexual arousal to go to the farthest limits, this man got to come up spend 50,000 plus. So that man ain't really hitting on nothing outside of his.
That's not true. Why do you think that? Just because?
Because the women that I had, they be going above and beyond, and I don't got a dollar. They got more money than me, but
something's wrong with them. Something is wrong with them.
No, why it's got to be something is wrong with them?
because something is wrong with them.
I got charisma.
You be going above and beyond for a man.
Listen here, baby. I got
does nothing for you. That means something's wrong.
I am doing a lot for her.
See, you just saying you don't do anything.
But Kayla, it's all about what you value. It's all about people got different value systems.
I value protection. I value provision.
Right.
I value a provider. I value emotional stability. I value consideration. I value compatibility.
It's levels. It's what you prioritize first, right?
As a woman, self-preservation. As a woman, self-preservation means choosing a partner that can provide for you.
Right, but we all know that they don't do that.
You're a woman. You're a woman.
We all know that they don't do that, right? So look, this is what I provide for a woman. Emotionally, I know how to make a woman feel so good about themselves. And I don't have to spend $1. I don't have to have not $1. I can make a woman when she be around me.
Fun boy.
You're the fun boy. No, hold on. I can make a woman when women get around me, they have fun. They feel protected as far as physically. Ain't nobody gonna fuck with them. They feel safe. They feel relaxed. They feel happy. They feel normal. A lot of women love to feel normal and treated like a.
He's getting a fun time confused with a long time.
Right.
There are definitely men. There are definitely men that we know are just for fun and hanging out.
But there is men can provide for you, but they can't qualify you in the bedroom because they don't got the swag to even hit them guts right. That's one. Two, although they paying all the bills, they protecting you far as like financially. Why you think these women be cheating on their rich husbands?
Okay,
for niggas like me.
Let's see what Queen has to say. Hold on 1 second.
Oh no, I'm just listening to Jay Prince. I'm just listening. I think what's happening, Jay Prince, is you're not Mr. Right, you just Mr. Right now. That's what they're trying to tell you.
No, they love Mr. Wrong. They sing it all the time. And who else was singing? Bad Boys Ain't No Good. They love they Mr. Wrong. Mr. Wrong make them feel some type of way. Where this dude, all he got is an income. That's the only thing that's shielding him from getting left. If that man would only if he only provided money and stuff like that, the only thing if the moment he lose that, that's when she gonna go back to her hood nigga. She already
going back.
Hood niggas.
Going back to her husband.
So why do you have this misconception that men with money only have money? That they're not good men, that they're not loving, that they're not caring, that they're not considerate, that they're not attractive. I don't know what you're saying, but
they typically get friend zone. They typically get friend zone that loving, caring.
So you're telling me there's a surplus of
okay. Here go a prime example, right? Prime example. I have known men. I got guys where every time a woman calls them, these are the guys that get friend zone. Every time something go wrong with their car, they need a grass cut, they babysit their kids, they go call this caring nigga who loving, who going to school and all this other type of stuff because us niggas is saying, no, that ain't got nothing to do with me. And she giving me the booty while she over there not giving him none, but he's sitting up there paying her bills. He cared too much because women love a challenge. Women like to chase a man who don't give a fuck about them.
Do we? I don't know. Let's finish the super chats. Let's finish the super chats and then we can move.
Yeah, because we have a few that came through from the palace.
Yes. So big shout out to Mildred with the super sicky big 50 ball. Thank you very, very much. Janetta again said the word says a man is to have a wife if he has no self-control. I agree. Transference of spirits protect who you love. What do y'all think about Janetta's comment? Then we'll move on
Bird
to.
says a man is to have a wife if he
And
has.
then T.O. has a question for the panel.
I would tell Janetta again, when you keep saying the word, that is society standards again. We just me and Kayla just debunked the monogamy stuff. So how on one breath we can't cherry pick on what we want to believe from that.
Okay.
But in the word,
I didn't debunk it. I just said that.
In the word, would you don't believe in monogamy, but the word preaches
No,
about
I didn't say I didn't believe in monogamy. I believe in monogamy. I said it may not come naturally to certain people. And that it may take work and effort for them to
I heard you earlier
maintain.
that you believe that women is not designed to be
I
monogamous.
don't believe that men or women. I don't believe that it's a gender thing in terms of people that are made for monogamy.
Right.
Where it's natural to them.
It's unnatural. It's natural for me, for a woman. You can be my woman, but Queen Shiba come walking around.
But what's natural? What does that matter? What does that matter? Natural. Because there are lots of things that are natural that if you don't have self-control, you'll be doing a bunch of stuff that just feels natural.
Who taught us to have self-control?
Can I ask you a question? So say if, okay, so you say monogamy doesn't matter, right? So say if, okay, you make 20K a year, right? Like if you are right there, right? And we're going to say Randall makes 300,000 a year, and he had the option to pick 3 of the ladies on the panel or all of us. Do you think that we would choose to go with you or somebody who's going to put us in a nice home, nice position, and security financially? Who's winning out of that situation?
You want me to be honest?
Yeah.
I would tell all 3 of y'all, go choose that nigga and bring that bread back. Period.
And we're not gonna come back because there's nothing.
You gonna come back because he's not gonna put down the way I do.
All 3,
he's not gonna do the things that I do. I'm trying to tell you.
No, I'm saying if you would probably die a virgin because
my fiance had all types. I had a very beautiful fiance for 5 long years. This woman could have chose any man, but guess what? And men was popping up. She had the shape. She won. She was from Galveston, Texas, and she had won like 8 beauty pageants.
Wait, is this the fiance you cheated on?
Hold on once, B. Taylor. Hold on once. You should be talking about in the back. If you don't want to go there, do you?
Ooh. Oh, I thought you said that publicly.
No, but what I'm saying is she lived with me in a car and still was loyal to me. We stayed in a vehicle. She had the looks. She still don't have children.
So there was something your fiance.
There was something wrong with her. There was something wrong with her. Mm-hmm.
Why was she only your fiance?
You know what's wrong with her? She got attached to that third dick.
So why'd you? Let me ask you something.
Any woman way quicker than Russell Wilson or all them type of guys.
Okay, let me ask you. As a man, you know you're homeless in the car. How come a part of your man, something in you as a man, didn't click and say, you know what, go home. Let me get my shit together.
I did. I said, babe, okay, we got to live in the car. You go live with your father. She said, no, Jay Prince. I love you. We're going to stick it out together. I was with you when I felt like you had money. And just because you fell off, I'm going to be here. We're going to build this together. And guess what ended up happening? We stuck in that car for about 3 months. And eventually after that, we end up getting our own business. We got an armed security company that she run even to this day.
Did the car have gas?
And sometimes we ran out.
Did y'all have AC?
I ain't trying to be funny.
Sometimes we ran out. You know it didn't have that much gas. You know it didn't have that much gas.
Drove her home. You should have drove her home.
Her dad used to tell her, come back home, leave me. Leave Jay Prince.
Yeah,
because we spent one night in this house, right? He said we could come and stay. He was already itchy about us being together because he felt like I was a bum, and so no, I'm telling you what God loved. So he let us live in his house, and he said we can stay there for a month, right, till we get our stuff together. He even helped us with the EIN numbers for the security company and stuff like that, and the LLC. He paid for the LLC. The reason why he
was your name on the LLC?
Yes. It's my business. It was actually technically mine, but
Okay.
the reason why he kicked us out because he always been talking. He always been talking down on my name, so I know how to tease him, right? So when he let us stay, I was fucking the dog shit out of his daughter, and he couldn't stand to hear them noises.
Oh my God.
So
So
you were disrespectful in
he
that
said I
man's
gotta
house.
go, and my girl said she ain't gonna go without. She gonna
You
if I
couldn't,
had to
y'all
go,
couldn't have
she was gonna
calmed
go
down.
right
You guys
along
had
with me.
nowhere
So
to go.
we both
Lord
left
have
his
mercy.
house.
Father God. Father.
Jay Prince, you a mess. Oh my
No,
God.
right. But all all I'm trying to say, we prop up dudes that so-called got all the money. Yes, we understand that people is attracted to money. But one thing I know about women, I have also seen where men that had a lot of money, but they didn't really connect with the woman, and the woman said, "Baby, you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about me taking all your money and stuff like this. I just want to go." And left that man and left him with all his money, all of his cars, his house, and everything. She didn't want to take nothing, and she left because that man, although he was providing money and protecting him as far as like financially, but other stuff spiritually, she wasn't happy around with him. He didn't have no conversation because every day he wake up, he thinking about tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't living. He go on trips every once or twice a year, but women love to have fun. Women love to blossom. Women like to.
So let me stop you, JP. And ladies, please pay very close attention.
Okay.
Do not, unless that's your husband, do not live in a car with a man. All of the stories that I've heard of women living in a car with the men, all of that she did for JP, moved him into her daddy's house, all of that happened, held him down, and he still cheated on her. No different than Chanel Dijon, who was married to DJ, what was that DJ? She lived with him in his car too. And what did he do? Leave her for his mistress. Holding him down when he's a bum does not guarantee that y'all gonna be together, that he's gonna treat you right in the future, or that he's gonna marry you. It just doesn't.
But you just contradict yourself. You just already conceded with monogamy is not.
These are two different. We're not. They're two different things that we're speaking about.
But you contradict yourself. You see how you trembling over your words first time.
Okay, let me finish the super chat.
Tremble
Let
on
me
their
finish the
words.
super chats, and then we'll get to B. Taylor and Randall and give them some time to speak. Thank you, Janetta, for the question. The question we have from T.O. was a question for the ladies. Are you satisfied with the men of today, or rather have the men of the 1950s? B. Taylor?
I mean, I wasn't born in the 1950s, but you know, I will say that surprisingly, I was raised traditionally. I was raised by my grandparents. My grandmother was a stay-at-home mom for years while we were younger, so I got to see that. I know what that looks like. I know what it looks like, a man having full control and us cleaning up after the man and everything like that. So, I don't know about the exact 50s. A lot of these men are not traditional. I don't know. I can't say. I can't answer that one specifically. But if you want me to answer the original one, I can. The why do men expect women to take them back when they cheat? I think
we're gonna get right back on that topic. Let me let Queen answer, and then we'll be done with the super chats, and we'll get back on that topic. And then I have one more question before we end out the night. But go ahead, Queen.
Yeah, so if I had to pick, I would definitely go with the men of the 50s. When I think along the lines of the Malcolm X's, the Martin Luther Kings, the men that use their fists, you know what I mean? They would go toe to toe. They were men. They worked. They liked to use their hands to work. They cultivated. They were the nucleus of the family. Didn't talk much, but if I could take what I know now back to the 50s and cultivate and add a little bit of that tender loving to that man, I would definitely take that man. They were men. They were solid. They were not as emotional and as fragile and feminine. They cared. Didn't talk a lot, but they cared. They understood what being a man is. They were not wanting to be women or wanting to have access to the privileges that women have access to. They didn't give a shit about birthday parties and flossing on the internet and getting balloons and a table and a bottle and having, I don't know, all of this crazy stuff that defines masculinity now, right? I would definitely, I love the men of the 50s by way of
Okay.
for the community and how they lost their lives for purpose, right? They were willing to square up. When we think about the things that they had to fight for their kids to go to school, they had to go against big ass dogs, right? That will be sicked on them, water hose being hosed down. So yeah, give me some of that masculinity from the 50s all day, every day.
Can I ask Queen Shiba a question right quick?
Wait, one quick second so we can be done with the super chats. Thank you so much, To. And lastly, another from Janetta. Okay, Jay, you have no boundaries. Understood. Go ahead, Jay, and then let's get to Randall, and then we're gonna let B Taylor answer the question before we go to our final question. Go ahead.
Okay, Queen Sheba, you brought up like Malcolm X and type of stuff like that. Could you concede with that men of today is more financially winning more than the men of the 50s?
No, because it goes through their hands like water.
No. I understand. I'm not saying what they do with the money. I'm saying, would you concede with that men of today has more access to large amount of money more than they did in the 50s?
It appears that way, but I don't think so.
Come on now. The more men
hey,
is
friend, you just had a hissy fit about buying a house.
No. Listen. As of today, men of today has way more financially status than the men of yesteryears. But the men of yesteryears, what you basically just described, is the character, the personality, who the man is, his charisma, based on when you say he not all on Facebook, out the band, what his charisma, his swag, and all that's, you value that way more than these men of today who making an extremely large amount of money, but they don't have these certain attributes of a man like they was back in the 50s.
Well,
right?
Those men were farmers. They owned property and land. Now it was taken away from us, so they had the money.
But
That's
then
why
you said they be willing to square up.
They did. They didn't shoot each other and kill each
That's
other
some
at the level.
shit.
Yeah.
The educated brothers today, they're not going to square up. They're going to call the police fast as you will.
No, we can't.
I don't know. There's
some
something that will
we're talking about all men, right, of today versus all men of yesterday, right? You got
meaning what I mean by squaring up, meaning standing up for what they believe in, and not letting
that, and then
society punk them like the men of today.
But even against each other, because when we think about black on black crime, they weren't pulling weapons on each other. They're gonna go toe to toe and fist fight and call it a day. Period.
And they fought against the massa, right?
50s.
They stood up in Million Man marches, meaning that they stood up, they knew how society was treating them, and they said, no, we ain't gonna take this. Instead of conforming like the men of today, conforming and blaming other men for what the society is doing to them, they stood up and willing to enrich their lives. A lot of them lost their lives. Men of today, what I see, even with the high class men, they conform, they compromise themselves. A lot of them shake booty where they at now. Come on, we got to be for real. Like, these men is not really men like you say. And that's the point that I'm making.
Okay. You know what, y'all? Just go ahead and hit that like button if you haven't already. Make sure you subscribe to my channel at Kayla.com. I'm here every Wednesday. My first show back. I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to be back talking with y'all. Very, very interesting. Shout out to the panel. I'm going to go ahead and let B Taylor answer the question here. Why do men expect women to take them back when they cheat? Then I have one more question for y'all before I wrap up this here evening. Go ahead, B.
Okay, so I feel like men know that majority of women lack boundaries over men. I have been saying that so many men have better boundaries than women. And like, I kind of try to think, like, where did that come from? You know, like when we were younger, it was always like, even in the movies, we were always kind of taught that there's not a lot of good men out there. So when you have a man that does like ABC, but then the rest of the alphabet is like missing. It's like, okay, well, he does this and this and that. So you start making excuses like, oh, Savannah, that's a good man, Savannah. Like, you hearing that, and you're like, okay, well, he did just cheat, but he did this and he did that. You find a lot of women compromising. Boys will be boys. Boys are dogs. They love sex. They have a higher sex drive than women, which actually that's not true.
False.
That's false. Women have, if not higher, but we were taught to have self-control, and men were excused to not have self-control because of the patriarchy. So, yes, a lot of women lack boundaries when it comes down to that because we feel like it's been excusable. Like, oh, well, I know so-and-so been cheated on and she took him back. So it became normalized for women to not have boundaries. But nowadays, I love how women are standing their ground and saying, no, this is not acceptable. It's not acceptable for you to have side babies. It's not acceptable for you to be cheating on me and having your way. I want protection in all ways, financially, mentally, and psychologically, everything. And men need to understand that just because I'm a woman, my emotions doesn't turn off because you cheated. Just because you're paying the bills doesn't mean I don't feel any type of way that you're stepping out. Because if you're my man and you're committed to me, and that says a lot about your character, that you're a liar. Okay, you had to lie to cheat. So that means, what else are you lying about? Are you lying about your vows? Are you lying about your commitment? Are you lying about your job? You are now characterized as a liar. So yes, it is a big deal, and women should take it more seriously. So I feel like if women, since we set the standard, Jay Prince said earlier, if we start walking away from cheaters, men will think twice before cheating and thinking they can just come back home. Oh, you muted.
And just one more thing from our previous question, our first question of the night, we asked, do you believe there are things that your man can do to earn sexual favors while in a relationship or married?
What you mean?
So the specific question that Ace Metaphor asked this is a little vulgar, so prepare thyself. Okay. That Ace Metaphor asked at the live show at tonight's conversation this weekend, he specifically asked, are there things that your man could do to earn top-notch fellatio?
Oh, top-notch. Okay. What? Okay. I mean, it depends how I feel. Like, I mean, honestly, if I had a couple of drinks, baby, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Man, like, we done had a good dinner and we headed back to the house. I don't know. It just depends how I feel. Like,
do you need $100,000 to really to get nasty?
Oh, if I need, he gave me $100,000. I am taking his soul. Like, what?
See, she proved my point. We can move on from here. Okay. Final question of the night.
Wait, Randall didn't respond to the last one.
Oh, that's right. Randall, go ahead. Oh, no, Randall did, but he can, any comments on this? You've been a little quiet over there.
I just been letting y'all do y'all thing. Like, it's just crazy to sit back and just hear the different perspectives. What am I answering right now?
Well, you can be the first one to answer the final question of the night, which is, should she stay or should you stay if your partner cheats?
I'm not staying.
I'm not staying.
I don't expect her to stay either. I feel like everybody got all of these rules, and I keep going back to society. Like, society has fucking changed, and no one is walking this earth that doesn't have options. You understand what I'm saying? So if we make this commitment and we are committed to each other, there's no point in cheating. We can just talk and not be committed and talk to whoever the fuck we want to talk to. Like, I think that's what it comes down to. Like, all of these questions are based on the same thing. You get what I'm saying? Are we naturally monogamous? No. But once we make this commitment to each other, it would be disrespectful for me to step out, right? And vice versa. Women do it all the time too. Men are stupid. We get caught. They don't. So, like, soon as she cheat, you know what I'm saying? Let's be real.
Black women don't cheat.
Okay.
Period.
Hello. My phone. I gotta go.
Black women don't cheat.
Watch Maury. Watch Maury.
It's a Kayla. That's a lie. Like, stop it. Stop doing what you're doing. Everybody, every gender, race, everybody, they
Watch
all
Maury
cheat.
Boga,
You
bitch.
get what I'm
Not
saying?
black women. Not
Tell
black
you.
women. Not black women.
We the most loyal. Woo.
The most loyal.
That's so funny because I went to college just like y'all did, and I seen a lot of things. I remember walking out my dorm and like, oh dang, you got a fiance? Like I remember those actions. Like I remember that. So like I'm pretty sure I went to a HBCU. No comment. Right. Anyways,
It makes sense to tell you.
I went to the HBCU,
we're
but
not gonna do that.
and
shit. We're
and
not gonna
there
do that.
on campus, black women didn't cheat either.
Where am I from, Kayla?
I don't know.
You know exactly where I'm from.
I have
So
no idea where
if you want me to
I
talk
think she's
about
saying that to
Howard
trigger
women,
us.
if you want me to talk about Howard women on your show, I definitely will.
No, you're definitely not about
Okay.
to
Okay.
say any. No Howard slander will be
If-
tolerated
I
in
promise I
chat
won't slander.
or on the panel.
It won't be slander. I promise it won't. I promise it won't. Hey,
No Howard woman slander, no Howard slander, and no
promise I
black
won't.
women slander because black women don't cheat. So moving on, Queen. Thank you, Randall. Any more from that submission?
Men call
We talk
cheating
about
with
some
women like,
chemistry.
oh, you said hey to him back in the DM. Like, we don't even be like cheating. It'd be like we had a conversation with a guy,
Don't
an
do
innocent
that.
conversation.
Don't do that.
Right.
Stop
Or
it.
if there is,
You're
if there
not
is
a
any
cheater.
cheating, it's revenge cheating. So
or
it
that.
doesn't count.
Come on.
It doesn't count.
Cheating is cheating. Period.
It
Like
doesn't
I
count.
don't got time for it. Like if we're gonna cheat, let's just not commit. Let's
We
just have
aren't
fun.
cheating. You cheated.
Yeah.
So she's just
What?
evening the playing field.
Yeah,
First of all,
all
I'm
for
gonna keep
that.
it 100. I'm gonna keep it 100. If I gotta get to the point where I'm like cheating, there was something there telling me that I shouldn't be here in the first place. So like that's what men go wrong. They don't
True,
consider
but
gut,
men are
right?
possessive and they don't want to give up women that they feel like they should be able to have access to.
Now
So they
we're not going to
pretend
talk
and they
about
lie.
possessive. I think y'all are the possessive ones. Now I will say that men do be lying.
We're territorial.
We're territorial. Men are possessive. They feel like you are that you are theirs to possess. Men have always
1950s
possessed
man,
women. That's
the
why women are
1950s
fighting for equality to this day.
The 1950s man traditionally owned a woman. That's exactly what it was. 1950.
Well,
Y'all keep going back. Y'all keep going back to that
we
time
used
when
to
y'all
be
had
owned
no
as
fucking
black
rights.
people. So what does that mean?
That's what I'm telling you. So y'all keep touching on the point that I've been making the entire night. Times have fucking changed. Like none of that shit matters anymore. At this point, we need to evolve and figure out what each other needs. Like that's what I am getting at. We need to figure out what does your other half need, and we need to move that way. Y'all keep going back to the 50s and 30s, and your grandfather
But we
probably
shouldn't
had a
think
whole
about
other
marriages
family in a
then.
different state.
Well, we shouldn't think about marriage then, because if marriage has a traditional setting, a traditional definition of marriage, and you saying that we living in a different time where marriage should be off the table because women's not going to operate like the traditional wife would. Men is not operating like the traditional husband would. So the ideal of this marriage concept, it should be outdated, and we should move past that because we don't live in those times no more where marriage will even fit either party, the woman or the man.
That's what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. Because like all I'm saying is that the stipulations behind the marriage or what it was back then is not the same now. Once you get married, that was a choice. You get what I'm saying? Like nobody put a gun to your head and forced you to get married like they did back then. Like that was a choice. There were people who got married. They got married just because they had kids, or because the families wanted to be close, or somebody was financially stable, or something along those lines. Now it's an absolute choice. Is all I'm saying. Like no one is forcing anyone to get married. You don't have to get married, like ever, bro. Like, you don't ever have to get married.
Randall, what I'm saying,
if you do decide to cross that line, like you have to like respect her. Like this
Randall,
is your
but
choice.
Here's the thing, though, Randall. What made a wife back then like to stay at home, take care of the kids?
Done,
the man
bro.
was above.
But hold on.
That's done.
Jay Prince, black women have never been that though. Black women been working since they was in the cotton fields. We've always worked.
Right.
We've
It don't
never
matter.
sat home. That is, y'all are confusing a white man's plight with a black man's plight.
I'm
A
not
white
though.
man wants a woman to possess, to own. He wants to have a wife to put on his mantle to say he has a wife. Black men want a partner. They want a support system. They want emotional support through the
Well,
fight
let me
that you
say
have
this.
to
I'm
go
not going to
through.
say,
I
I
thought
don't
this
want to
was
make a
like
blanket statement just by way of my platform to say that white men want to possess and put on a mantle because all men are capable of love. I just want to say that, throw that out there, just because, you know, just to be fair.
I just feel
To be
I feel
fair,
like times has
to be
changed.
fair.
Everybody's working. Like I really don't. What y'all say is traditional. I really don't want that. I want like a partner. I want somebody I can bounce ideas off of. I want somebody that I can say I'm going to do this, and she going to tell me the truth, even though I'm going to be fucking mad and upset at her. If I say I'm gonna jump off this damn bridge, I want her to be like, "That's the dumbest shit I ever heard." Don't be like, yeah, go do it. Like I need somebody that I can like go back and forth with. Let's really move forward. Let's really create revenue. Let's really enjoy each other. Let's really have fun. Like that traditional shit, I don't want it. I don't want the old times. Like that shit is dead. That shit's fucking boring. That's probably why y'all cheating in the first place. Cause y'all are like suppressing y'all emotions and
So
sexuality all in one.
what do relationships look nowadays? What do the new concept of marriage and relationships look to you? Look
Power couples. That shit look good to me. Like she look good, I look good, we look good together. Let's make this shit happen. Like that's what I see. I'm from
Y'all
DC.
split
Like
bills?
man, like that whole give and take shit. Like
No,
I'm not
no,
gonna
no,
be
no, no,
specific.
no.
Like she don't gotta pay no bills and nothing like that, but she gonna cover something else. Like
Yeah.
there's holes that I have
Right.
that she's gonna cover.
no,
You
she gonna
understand what
pay
I'm
some
saying?
bills.
He's
What
saying
I'm
he
saying is,
values the intellect of a woman. He's not
what
looking for his woman to dumb herself down so he can feel like a man. He's saying he rejects that
Right, I
notion,
agree with that.
that narrative, and that rhetoric. That's not how he gets off by stepping on the neck of his woman so that he can feel
Right,
like he's a man. He wants
I
her
feel
to
I,
talk.
yeah.
I
He
agree with
wants
that.
her
I
to
see
add
that
to
too.
him.
I feel like men do a bad job of improving themselves, right? If you do what you got to do to improve yourself before you get a woman, you'll be fine. You get what I'm saying? Instead, most of
Yeah.
us are like, we find glory in like chasing numerous women over and over again, and we're not progressive. We become stagnant, and we never
Yeah.
evolve of where
Because
we are now.
yeah,
You
and
get
you're
what I'm
wasting
saying?
time and energy that you could be
A whole
using
bunch of
on the
time.
craft that
Yeah,
you are fighting to win, to compete against other men to have, because you're spending your time chasing a bunch of different women
there's
for
no
whatever
competition
these
at that point.
escapades are, instead of
No
locking
competition.
in with your woman and
Yeah,
focusing on what it is that you're building and what it is that you're doing. And because you are in synergy with your woman, it's going to go better. It's going to be better. You're
one
going to
100
perform better.
But this will random
100%, bro. Like
random you
you don't even have to compete with another man when you really putting in the work to improve yourself. You don't got to chase no women. You don't got to chase no girls. You don't got to do none of that shit. You
I
attract them
agree.
at this point.
But this what you need.
They gonna see what you when you man, when I walk in the room, I don't care about no other dude, dog. They gonna feel my
Right.
energy. That's how you supposed to move.
I
You get
agree.
what
I
I'm
agree
saying?
with you. I agree with this. What you missing though, Randall? This what the women's not. The women's is doing it, but they not realize they doing it. You saying everybody agreeing that traditional stuff. Well, I still like certain aspects of traditional, but the traditional. You saying this that traditional is boring, is old, and they all agreeing with you, but they still holding you to traditional standards. They basically saying you still got to pay all the bills. You still got to protect. So it seems it's only one side is biased. Is that women can change their identity, what kept a marriage, but men, our our position still have to be our position have not changed based on the times. We still got to provide and protect and produce and all this other type of stuff from the beginning of time. How come it's 2023? And
I
if
think
I
it's
want to say
different.
my woman can help me pay bills, people look at it funny. But
I think it's
if I say
different.
if I say the woman should be at home and the man is the leader, this 2023 shit changed. It seems like this 2023 only changed for women. It didn't change
No,
for us. You still got the
I
same
I feel
traditional role
like
as a man.
your backbone comes from a woman. Like I can walk around every
No, my
day with
backbone don't
every
come
dude in
from
the That's a lie, though. I'm telling you, dog. You gonna go a
no,
lot further.
absolutely
You gonna
not.
go a lot. Look, I walk 10 tones down. Like I come from every life you can expect. Like if it want to be the bougie one or the hood one. You understand what I'm saying? I absolutely tell you that my confidence and everything that I've always had was always improved when I had a partner. Like no way you cut it. If ands or but. Like you need somebody to hold you down. I don't care how tough you are.
I'm
You know,
holding
I don't care
myself
what you're
down
about.
right now.
Yeah, but you're gonna be
I'm
better
raising
if you
3
get
kids
somebody
by
else.
myself. I'm raising 3 kids by
100%.
myself. I became
100%.
way more financially stable than I
That's
ever
true.
been
That's true. I
Wait,
would
because
say
I don't
I
have
got
to
better
not by
stress.
financially.
yourself.
I don't have to
Not by
have. I don't have to
yourself.
stress. I don't have to do none of that. I could
No.
come in with my key in my door. I'm in a way better position, even with peace. I don't have to worry and get in arguments or nagging. I got so much peace now than I ever did in relationships. Ever.
Well, that's not what you said a few minutes ago when you say you had that girl in that car and how
But
y'all.
that don't mean Queen Sheba, I agree, but that do not mean that we didn't have times where we not together, and is a reason why it's not. We didn't just one thing happen. We broke up that day. No, it was over time. Stuff built up, and it was a lot of days where I had to call off work because I'm too fucking angry because she want to wake up out of her sleep and probably
Especially
dream
if
to
you had
me cheating on her
somebody
and start an
toxic. Like,
argument. Now I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. She's screaming at the top of her lungs at 4:23 in the morning, and I'm supposed to be asleep, waking up at 6 to go do a 12-hour shift.
what was she yelling about,
I don't
JP?
have to do that no more.
I
I can
think
do
that
all
comes
the
from
that.
you should have
Wait, what was she yelling?
self-control.
Jay Prince, you're not about to slide by that because what was she? Any woman that wake up that early in the morning, that means she was looking through your phone.
No, she had a nightmare, and in whatever the case that I
About
cheated
that
on her.
car.
And she wakes up. You're not gonna pretend like women don't wake up out of sleep or just start
I
stuff
have
at
never woken
1
up out of my
in the
sleep and
morning.
started yelling and screaming.
She had a
Never.
nightmare. Did it happen for real?
She woke me out of my
Hard.
sleep.
Her
She didn't.
intuition told her that you was cheating, and you was.
No, listen. She did it slick. She found the reason. She found the way to wake me up, babe. I think somebody at the door. Dave. I go to the door. Ain't nobody to the door. So now I'm up. So now she want to start a conversation, and I'm like, dude, I gotta. What time is it? It's 4:23 in the morning. I gotta. You want me?
You know what, JP? I genuinely hope, and in closing this for you, I genuinely hope that you just use that relationship as a learning experience for you, and you can take the good things from it and you can apply it to your next relationship. I don't think that people are meant to be alone. I don't think bragging about being by yourself is cool. I don't think that any of that works. I think we all need people. We all want people. It's natural and human nature to want someone. So
I
I
don't want
genuinely
the
think
drama.
if you really look at
And
that
don't.
situation as a learning experience, that you can move on into something healthy. I've seen lots of growth from you here on YouTube over these 2 years. And so I think that you're going to turn this into tools in order for you to have a super healthy relationship going into the future. That's what I
Well, I
think.
will say this. I will say this. Not every man wants to be in a relationship.
Well, this is true. But I think that JP does want to be in a relationship.
I think JP does too.
Do you, Jay Prince?
You want me to be for real or you want me to lie to you?
Yeah, we want
Tell the truth, bro.
yeah, for real.
Okay. I want the relationship as far as like because I'm getting older and it looks how I know I ain't supposed to worry about how it looks, but it do looks like I'm unstable, bouncing from woman to woman. But I do want to be stable, waking up to the same woman. But I just don't want to deal with like the negatives that comes with.
But don't get a toxic woman.
Hold on, B Taylor.
Mm-mm.
I don't want to deal with the negatives that comes with a lot of. I don't got the patience to tolerate her being emotional. She get to do whatever we want because she's emotional. I don't want to do that because I'm so used. I've been single for a couple of years now, and it feels so peaceful. When I want everybody to shut up, everybody gonna shut up. Period.
Well, when you decide to be in a relationship, you're right. It is going to come with compromise. It's not going to be able to be how
And I
you
don't feel
want
like
it.
I'm so
And it's
peaceful.
going to come with prioritizing someone else sometimes. It's going to come with negatives because everything in life, there are pros and cons. There's no way to get something with no cons. There's nothing without cons.
If it's
You know what I'm
invading
saying?
to me, my peace is top priority now.
So you know what? You should
Back then my sexual needs was priority. As I get older and by me being single, my peace is the ultimate priority. And if somebody coming in there want to compromise my peace,
Mm-hmm.
deuces. I don't give a fuck. I got restraining orders on women because I thought this was a good woman, all this other type of stuff. And then she started an argument with her. I said, man, can you please stop? She wouldn't want to stop. So I said, man, this not working out. I think we got to go split ways because my
for you,
means
bro.
way more to me
Then
than
that just means she wasn't the one. That
She
just means
wasn't
she
it.
wasn't the one.
I think he wants a caregiver, but not a woman.
Everybody
Yeah, I
you
think
talk to,
yeah. I was just thinking that when he said as I'm getting older, as a lot of men do, they want a support system. They want someone that's going to take care of them.
I'm not that old. I'm only 38 now.
But
Stop.
they don't want the responsibility of her emotional well-being. They don't want the responsibility of compromise, of leadership, of service. They don't want that. They just
I don't want the
benefit.
nagging every day. No, I can't handle that. I know my anger.
So you can just make sure you make money so that your insurance can afford for you to get a live-in caregiver. That's all.
What you mean? How come
women
you
want a nurse? They say you want a nurse for the purse.
Yo, y'all don't gotta be that.
Y'all give us the worst option.
Come
How
on.
come women can't just fall back and be cool?
All right,
we
let me
not fight to invade
Yeah, we
our
gotta
people.
go. We
We
gotta
don't
go.
like to
No,
nag it.
we gotta run. I have like 2 minutes left on the clock.
Okay.
Let me read these super chats. We got a few more. T says that's what we learned from the men of the 1950s. Took a small dose from their book. Thanks, T. She also said, he also said, sorry. Salute active Black fathers, but you are also blessed, JP. Some men are fighting tooth and nail for their kids. I thought that was great. Thanks for the super chats. And also, I wanted to highlight Shan, who said, old school doesn't mean dumbed down women. My grandmother never worked outside the home. I think that's what she meant. But she was pretty much the one in charge. And my granddad loved and cherished that. So I just wanted to kind of show that. So thank you guys for being here. Who didn't answer the question? Did everybody answer?
No,
Me and B. Kelly didn't.
I'd answer.
Okay, quickly, if we could just answer, and then I'm going to wrap up with housekeeping.
What was the question?
Should you stay if they?
Oh, I already answered it.
Yeah, you
No,
said
I don't
no.
think you should.
Randall said no.
No, I don't think you should.
Me.
I agree with Randall. I mean, we're in a day and time. You don't have to commit if you want to see other people. It don't make no sense to get married and commit just to cheat. Just keep it as a situationship and make it do what it do. So no, you should not stay if you commit and somebody cheats on you.
And my point, I think we should stop listening to society norms and
That's true.
society norms. Because who taught us that you're supposed to be with one person? Somebody had to teach us this. This is something naturally that we didn't come up with naturally. Somebody programmed that into us and we adopted it. And so when we adopted the egos of getting cheated on, it's not so much that people cheating on you, it's the egos, like you feel like you too good to be cheated on, all this other type of stuff. So we need to stop rehearsing and challenge challenge what society have taught to us, because it don't feel accurate, it don't feel natural, it don't feel good on both parties, for men and women.
Okay, JP, that is a great.
Can I ask him a question real quick, Kayla?
Go ahead, but I just in
it's gonna be real quick.
I am too good to be cheated on.
So listen, I saw a show on TLC about these Black women that had like 3 men. So Jay Prince, would you be one of the 3 men in a relationship with one woman?
You said what?
Would you be one of the 3 men in a relationship with one woman?
I would be her side piece.
No, you don't have to be a side piece. All y'all gonna be in the house together.
Oh no, absolutely not. But what's the double standard? There's certain things.
You said you don't want that responsibility, so someone else is gonna pick it up for you.
No, but what I'm saying is, like, I can come on here and say I mess with 100 women, but y'all better not say y'all mess with 100 men. So it's certain things men can do. It's certain things men can do that women better not try. So
that's not true.
That is very true.
Queen Shiba gave you an example of someone who is living that way.
It's a real TV.
Yes, she has 3 men. She has 3 husbands.
It's 2 Black couples. They got 3 men each. And one of the men got put out because he didn't mow the lawn. That was his job, and it sounded like that was you.
Yeah, I like that.
That don't sound like me. That sound like it sounds like I'm one of the guys not gonna be there. I'm not finna be in no house.
But you just said it would make sense for you because you just said when it comes to women that you really only want the sex and you want the caring and the caregiving that they can give you. You don't want the responsibility of them. You don't want to service them. You don't want the emotional responsibility to take care of them emotionally. So women aren't going to go without that for you. Somebody's going to feel it, right? So what's the problem with another man taking on the things that you said that you don't want to do? Or
Right,
you just want
so
to
you
hold.
conflating this. You saying that I've got to be in a house with 2 other men with sharing one woman. No.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is what I do now, Kayla.
You need your own house, and you need her
No.
to just rotate
Yeah,
houses.
what I'm saying is like how my relationships is set up now is if I get into a relationship, and I done seen people married doing this. She got her house and I got mine. I might go over there weeks at a time, spend a month or whatever over there, but I always know that I got my own home to go to. So when she started nagging and stuff, and I'm coming back to my house, put my key in my door where it's nothing but peace. I think in 2023, the women need this and the men need that. I don't think living with each other no more is going to work because now, again, we still operating traditionally as men, but women is doing other stuff. They operating differently. So it's not going to work. Y'all going to continue to bump heads. So you need your own place to go to.
And you know what, JP? To each their own. In closing, we'll say that to each their own. If that's what you feel like works best for you, I think that you should definitely do that. For me, like I don't like being away from my man. I want to be with him. I want to be in the same house. I don't know.
But don't worm me away home. Don't make me go home.
But
learn
listen,
to shut up.
What,
Put your dick up.
As long as it works for you and you're getting the results that you want, I am here for it. So again, thank y'all so much for being here. Big shout out to T who said, should we keep double standards or toss it in the trash? I think that we should toss them in the trash. I don't think that they're fair. I'm not going to stand for it. If you cheat on me, you're going to get cheated on. I don't think that that's cool. I don't believe in double standards.
And see, you think like a man.
You should treat people the way that you want to be treated. Any action that you take, you need to be okay with me taking that same action.
But who gonna look worse though, Kayla? You gonna look worse.
Kind of relationships that I do. I don't do it the rest of
it. But Kayla, you gonna look worse as a woman. Kayla, you gonna look worse as a woman doing.
I don't care how it looks.
But that's gonna.
I don't report to none of y'all people who looking.
But that's going to affect your future. So if men know that you cheated on your husband, no matter if he cheated on you, if men know that you don't willing to just toss your coochie out like that because you was in your feelings,
toss my coochie.
They're not gonna take. They will screw you.
That's
but
not true.
It's not
true. A woman scorned. You can't talk about, oh, you did me dirty, and I'm at fault for the stuff that I did in retaliation or to cope or whatever the case. It doesn't work like that, JP. You can't hold the victim accountable for what they did to cope.
But don't come a villain when you become
a victim. How am I becoming a villain?
That's like R. Kelly situation.
Are you the villain for cheating on your wife?
No, if you got cheated on as a woman, that you got to keep in mind. If you want future relationships with men, and if you're not gonna lie to your man, when a man is vetting you, meaning he gonna be crushing you about your previous, how you is as a woman, what would you do in this process? And you talking about, well, my last 2 husbands cheated on me, so I cheated on their ass back. Guess what? He gonna fuck, but he not gonna. No, I ain't gonna spend no $30,000 ring that you require, Kayla.
Okay.
That you require.
Why do you keep bringing this up? That was never a requirement. It was something that was given to me. Okay, it was not a requirement.
But
Stop saying that.
He's not gonna want to give you no $30,000
First
ring.
Of all, that's not a lot for a rich nigga. Period. Okay, so moving on. All right, moving on. Thank you guys for being here. I just appreciate all of y'all for joining us tonight. I do think that this has been a very interesting conversation. I'm happy to be back here in the streets with y'all. I will definitely try to pull up on some of these lives, make my
come on to my live tonight.
What live?
Jay Prince for President. I got a show from Monday through Thursday.
Okay.
At 5 at night. We talk all kinds of stuff, have fun.
Oh my! I'll see if I can do that. You know, it sounds
We stay live 12
it sounds
hours.
salacious. You know, but anyway, make sure y'all follow all of my panelists: Miss Queen Shiba, Jay for President, Randall Scott, King Randy, and B Taylor TV. Make sure y'all are following their channels and them on social media. They are really awesome, as you guys have seen. Big shout out to all my supporters, all the loyalists, Daryl, Jordan, Sugar Bum, all the people in the chat. Thank y'all for being here. Everybody from the Palace and for Jay Prince for President who are here. Thank y'all for being here as well. I really do appreciate it. And so I will be back now. My show will commence yet again. It's just been a busy summer, you guys, but it will commence every Wednesday at 8:30, 8:45, around that time. So I love you guys so much. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Again, if you haven't seen tonight's conversation, I know y'all seen it on social media. Y'all seen Keita Rose, y'all seen Trill, y'all seen Trip and Ace Metaphor. Y'all seen it on socials. They do have a live show. They're on tour. You can get tickets to a city near you. I think the tickets are like $60 or $70 or something like that. VIP is a little bit more, but you definitely should check out the live show. It was super fun. And big shout out to Trill and Cruise Season and my family over there. It was good seeing you, Trill. It was good, just supporting. And Cruise Season, you know how they do. Their podcast just dropped yesterday, so you can check that out. But yeah, you can watch all the clips from the live show that happened here in Miami right on my channel. I'll drop the link in the chat for y'all. But thank y'all for being here. Any last words before we close up from my panelists?
Just thanks for having me.
Shout out to you, Kayla. I'm happy that you're back. The YouTube streets definitely misses you. You are talked about a lot, negative and positive.
Still, really?
Coming back. And that's good though. You need a balance. You don't want no echo chamber.
Polarizer.
Yeah. So thank you for coming back. You is a celebrity for a lot of people.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Appreciate y'all. And we will see y'all. JP got a live going on tonight, so we'll see y'all there. I know Queen got something coming up. The V got something coming up. So just make sure y'all subscribe so y'all can see what they have going on. And I'll see y'all next time. I love y'all long time.
Bye.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io.
Nah, you ready for me? Yeah. 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 I see what the vibes. I see what the vibes are. Oh, let's leave and I get high. I see what the vibes are. know in the morning, you were just honey. I'm in Geneva, why you calling? You wanna spend the night with the right one. And I beat it up, Michael Jackson, I see you the vibes, I see you the vibes that roll us beef and I get high. I see you the vibes that 5 in the morning, at the bodega. We ain't designer, she ain't Bottegas. Body of foreign, it's fly to Vegas. Shorty, I met down in Vegas. Need a return on paper, I just slide like Michael Jack. Son, I tell you, she a vibin', that's a fact. Girl like T-Bo, jewels like Bia, she's all that. LV duffel, jersey hoodie, name on back. Lot of taxes up like Russie enjoyment. This life not be struggle since beginning. I do it for my picking, and I got my picking. All the later, don't be bitter, be better, yeah. I see you the vibes, I see you the vibes that roll us beef and I get high. I see you the vibes that